Hello everyone, John here from I Dig High Tones. Thanks for joining me on this video. This is day 10 of my great metal detecting adventure to the UK. And if this is the first video you're seeing, the area of the UK that I went to is in the Norfolk area, which is in East Anglia. And here's a little map to give you an idea. Very historic area, many incredible and important hoards and other artifacts found within 50 miles of Norwich, which is the main city of Norfolk. And it was a trip where I was accompanied by 13 other individuals and a tour director who's been doing this for years and works with the local finds liaison officer and local museums. Everything we find gets vetted and reviewed by the museums before we are allowed to have it shipped back to us. So before we get started today, and we're going to have a shorter than usual video because I had a combination of technical issues and also just not enough great video from this particular day. But before we get started, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and that way you won't miss a single episode in this series or in future metal detecting adventures. After this video, there'll be just 2 more episodes to go, and I promise some really cool surprises in those videos. So if you like this one, please keep your eye out for the next episodes and join us as we wrap up this great trip to England. But for now, let's dive in. A great field for day 10, but my microphone was off, so I've got to narrate. Yeah, we are dealing with some stubble, beautiful day, but we're in England, and it's time to go find some artifacts. So let's get on the first dig now. And here you see, interesting little medallion. It's got some writing on it, and on one side there's the depiction of a castle with a dragon coming out of the top of the castle and his tail swirling out of the entrance gate of the castle with waves of water in front. Really cool little piece with some writing on the back. And here you can see a little bit of the writing. It's not focusing very well, but I'll put it up here on the screen. You can see it says Seymour First Quality W.N.A. Gilby. So what is this? This first find was really a sweet little piece. It's a little medalette. It would have been sold as a wearable piece of jewelry or a trinket for kids. On the one side, it's got this great depiction of the dragon. On the other side, it reads Seymour, S-A-U-M-U-R, First Quality W. and A. Gilby. And the W and A stand for Walter and Albert, who were wine merchants in the UK, started their business in 1857. So it has some age to it. It's probably late 1800s, early 1900s, but a nice little piece. There would have been an iron link at the top, which is a bit corroded, but nonetheless, a great first find. And our first coin find of day 10, we have a George V. What is this, a halfpenny, I think? Nice shape. 1931. So it's not as old as the beautiful, gorgeous Roman coin a friend of mine just showed me of Faustina. Big, thick bronze Roman coin. But we will keep persevering in this stubble field. I'm going to take a risk and live dig this because this is an area where other Romans have come up and some beautiful Romans. This is a very nice signal here. It was under some higher stubble. And based on my track record of live digging, I'm not sure I want to do this live because I've been getting nothing but buttons when I live dig. But figured the signal was so good, I'd give it a shot. And see what we can find here. We're going to have to do this one-handed. Okay. Oh, there it is. There it is. And what do we have? We have a grommet. We have a freaking grommet. That's what happens. Sometimes you get excited. Sounds great. Sounds just like a coin. But it's just a grommet. On to the next. Well, this has been the story of day 10 morning. Nothing but aluminum foil, a lot of aluminum foil. Now, there's been a couple of Romans that have come up, but so far for me, it's been mostly aluminum foil and one modern milled coin. On to the next. And it's almost lunchtime here on day 10. We have a target down here in the hole. We're down about 8 inches. Seeing a little iron over here got me a little bit worried, but something's coming up here. Oops, I see it. This looks like a button. It's a button. I'm not sure about the shank on the back. Looks early from the front. Really, it's got a nice patina. Well, we'll have Steve take a look at that. It's a button. At least it's not aluminum foil, which is mostly what we've been getting on this field so far. On to the next. Here's an interesting piece that came up. It could be a lead weight or possibly a palm guard. It does fit into the palm of your hand, but it's a bit heavy and a bit bulky. On to the next. Well, it's after lunch, working this hole here down about 10 inches, 11 inches, and pulled out this button, but a big old shank on the back. And yeah, plain, but it's been a slow day except for foil. A lot of foil in this field. It was once a pig field, and a lot of the scraps from London restaurants came out here to feed the pigs, and a lot of foil mixed in. So that's what we got right there. On to the next. Well, we had a decent signal here. It's high 80s into the early low 90s. So I want to dig this. It looks like it's out of the hole here. Well, it looks like we've got a coin, and that looks to be Roman. Roman! We got our first Roman coin of the day here. It's sort of beat up, but that's definitely Roman. And yeah, it seems better days, but this is a Roman coin from the fields of England. And maybe when it dries a little bit, we'll get a better picture of it. But for now, looks like a emperor looking right on this side, and on this side it looks like there was a standing figure holding something, and an arm this way, sort of standing, looking to the left and holding something in her arm. But it's a Roman. Let's take a look at the results from day 10 yesterday, which was not a particularly productive day, but let's have a look at the results nonetheless. So here you can see a few buttons, including 2 nice big buttons. Just a quick pause to point out the 4th button is a mother of pearl button. These started to be fashionable in the 1700s. They peaked in the 1800s and really went out of style in the late Victorian period, but a really nice button with some nice luminescence. A tiny little pendant type thing with an inscription on the front, and on the back a castle and a dragon and a little motif. Not clear how old that is, but it might be 50 or 100 years old. Got some modern coinage, the earliest of which is an 1862 Victoria penny, and our oldest find of the day, which doesn't look like much, but it is confirmed to be a Roman coin from the 1st or 2nd century. It's well beat up. You can see the portrait on this side looking right. The back side is the figure standing, but that's pretty much all you can get out of this. Maybe a little bit of remnants of an inscription around.
But that's Roman. We know that for a fact. And other Roman have come off that field yesterday, including some absolutely gorgeous Roman bronzes. That's what we got for day 10 on to day 11.
Well, day 10's in the books. It wasn't such a bad day after all, and you just cannot find silver medieval brooches on every dig. So I'm happy with what I got on day 10, but wait till you see day 11 and day 12, and those will be posted within the next few days. So keep an eye out as we wrap up this trip to the UK. And in the meantime, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel. We're getting very close to a milestone number of subscribers, and I really appreciate your support. So thanks again. Happy detecting. And of course, may all your tones be high tones. See you next time.